We just finished training or training program for Maggie. So maybe you can share what was the reason that you initially decided to do a board and train for her.
Sure. Well, I had done individual training with her at PetSmart and a trainer there, and had mixed success. I think partly due to her energy level as a puppy. This was all prior to her being a year old. Part of it due to user error probably on my part, not being the best trainer and knowing all the right things to do, and definitely keeping up with it. Having a young son, I didn't keep on her and do the repetitions that I think we needed to, so doing a boarded train I thought made some sense. To have a professional work with her, get her used to it, and then it's something we could just take over from there and continue with, versus having to actually ingrain it in her ourselves.
Yeah, put all those steps in place. So we just had an opportunity to work with her outside and do some training and show you all the bits and pieces that she's got down. How do you feel she did?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
She did great. It was everything we wanted. We have a second child coming in a couple weeks, and definitely need some extra control over her, partially given her size, given her energy level as a puppy, the people that we're going to have in and out of our house in addition to the baby. And we also, again, our other son that's going to be harassing her and doing all that stuff. We really want to make sure she can handle the distractions and still do what we need her to do.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you think it'll be a difficult process for you, or is it something
Hopefully
that...
it's a smooth transition. I mean, you've simplified it, I think, with limited commands, which is helpful. I know doing the previous training we had done before with her, it seemed like there was an abundance of commands and hand signals and different things, and just the key focusing on the core, kind of the core commands and things like that, I think will be helpful in continuing the process once we get home.
Now, we trained her on a remote. How do you feel about that?
I think that's a good way to do it, that takes out the different voices she hears, the different tones potentially, whether it's me or our son at some point, commanding her. It kind of takes all that away from her and allows you to do it at a distance, which is much harder to do, to correct them and be right there every time she does something, digging or things like that. It's much easier to do it at distance, obviously.
Right.
So I think it's
well,
great.
I think she was a beautiful dog. As I said, I think one of the nice things about her is really she was fairly easy, easygoing about being introduced to some of the things. And as I said, at first she was a little resistant, but when she caught on, she was like, okay. So she really is nice. So I wanted to just say thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. So.